The third thing in this section was solving equations. So when you solve an equation, what you're trying to do is get the variable by itself. Now, when we solve equations, there'll only be one variable that we're going to have to deal with, and we're going to have to try to get it all by itself. So what you do is you move everything to the other side of the equation by doing the opposite. So let's take a look at that at number 11 right here. Now, if it helps you, remember you can draw a straight line down the equal sign, treat it like a brick wall. And so what we're going to do is we're trying to solve for m. So we're trying to get the m by itself. So the 4 and the 2 both have to move. So which one goes first? Well, the technical definition is you move the one that, you move them the opposite of the order of operations. So in order of operations, you multiply before you add. So if you do that in the opposite, you would move the adding before the multiplying. The easy way that I talk about it in class is you move the one that's furthest away. So you'll see how the 4 is right beside the m, the 2 is a little bit further away. So we're going to move the 2 first. You see the 2 is adding, so we're going to move it by subtracting. So we're going to subtract 2 over, and I'm writing in blue it looks like. So we subtract 2 over, then we bring down the 4m because we're not using it anymore, and then we say 18 minus 2. 18 minus 2 would be 16. All right, so now we're still working on the m. We're still trying to get the m by itself. So now it's m times 4. So to move the 4, we're going to divide by 4. So then we have 16 divided by 4. So m would equal 4. So that would be your final answer. M equals 4. All right, let's look at 14. Now in 14, we have a different problem. Again, you can draw your brick wall down the equal sign. Now here's our problem in 14. We have variables on both sides. We have negative 3b and 2b. So we have two variables on opposite sides. So the first thing we need to do is get them on the same side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2b over because the 2b was positive. I'm going to subtract it to the other side. So we have negative 3b minus 2b, which would be negative 5b, and then bring down everything we didn't use. All right, so after we move all our variables on the same side, we now have a two-step problem. We're still solving for b right here. And so what we do is we need to move the negative 5 and the 7. We move the 7 first, so we're going to subtract the 7 over. So we get negative 5b equals, and then negative 15 minus 7 will be negative 22. And then finally, still solving for b, and then finally we have b times negative 5. So we move the negative 5 by dividing by negative 5, and we get b equals 22 over 5. Or that's also 4.4 as a decimal. So that would be your final answer. All right, so that's how you solve equations. So next up, we're going to look at solving for a specific variable.